This is the camper's kitchen. As you can see, there's a lot of things to use, which is great. Sinks, kettles, microwaves, fridge, freezers, books to read. Yeah, it's lovely. Very warm in here as well. So today I had a bit of a lie-in, woke up at about 10:15, which is like the latest that I'd like to get up when having a lie-in. I slept pretty well, to be honest. Didn't wake up much, once or twice, but for no reason. I was comfortable, I was really warm, it was quiet out, and it was just lovely to be in here. And I'm just kind of sat by the window because it's very cold outside, and I don't want to just, you know, sit in the relatively darkness in here, which is not dark, but it's dim. So I'm sitting as close as I can by the window, and every now and then opening the door. But yeah, the guy wasn't wrong when he said I've got the best view from the pods. I can see Ullswater, and I don't think you can from any of other pods. I mean, maybe that one down there, which is like the second highest, you might be able to see it through the trees, but the only pain is the walk from the toilets, you know, the camper's kitchen, the drying room, the bar, the reception / shop, and everything. They're all in one place, which is right at the bottom. So it's not, you know, like it takes about, what, 2 minutes or something. So, but it's just when it's cold and you're just there like, oh my God. I was in the shop and I bought a few bits. I bought some orange juice there because I love orange juice, and I think I need, you know, my vitamins. If I've been surviving on noodles and cereal bars and pizza and veggie burgers, I need like vitamin C. So, and I got these. These crisps are so good. So woodland mushroom and wild garlic flavour, and I love mushrooms and I love garlic, so I thought that's got to be great. And oh my God, they're so good. I've eaten half the packet already, but you can see, oh, they're just so good, honestly. And they were like 80p, so I suppose decent for a bag of crisps, especially for like one, like, you know, proper handmade and authentic style, you know what I mean, from a sustainable shop. 80p, I can swing that. And I got these, which look really interesting. Salted caramel, pecan and roasted hazelnut sweet biscuits. So they look really good. Anyway, my stomach's rumbling. I don't know if you heard that. I'm not eating today. So I've made myself noodles in here. So these ones are the pot noodle, super noodle style. I think it's chip shop curry flavour. Low saturated fat, which is always good. Now stomach's rumbling again. So hungry. They look so good. I think they're pretty much ready now. So, oh, it's steamed up my camera. Oh, yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna have a lovely feast. You know, it's just after 1, so it's dinner time, and like I said, I've not actually eaten today other than the half a bag of crisps about 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna have some nice orange juice, try those biscuits, eat my noodles, and get ready, because I'm not really, I say get ready, I am ready. I mean, get ready to go out, not for a walk. I was considering that, but I think my feet need a rest day. To be honest, because these shoes have done them in a little bit. Later on, the bar opens at 4. It's just somewhere to sit by the fire, I think. That'll be lovely. There's live music there at 7, so that'll be cool. The shop closes at 6, so if I wanted anything else, then I can get it from there. They have loads of stuff in there. As you can see, I'll put some footage in. It's really lovely, sustainable shop. They do, you know, it's on the expensive side, but not extortionate. The prices are justified, and it's a lovely warm shop, and it has a really nice vibe and a nice smell. And that food truck that did the amazing pizza. Yes, I'm having pizza again tonight. I'm treating myself. I swear to God, for about 2 weeks straight after this, I'm just gonna eat salads. The last pizza of like in a while that I'm gonna have tonight from that place, and that's gonna be later on, probably, well, whenever I'm hungry, between 5 and 6, I imagine. 5, 6, 7-ish, and yeah, see how the live music is, do some writing or reading. I've got my reading book and my notebook, and yeah, just chill, enjoy myself, because it's lovely here. I just wish it wasn't so cold outside, because I'd love to be sat out there. I've got my little camping chair. Maybe I will later after I've eaten and wrap myself up in my sleeping bag. I'll see. I think that'd be nice. I forgot to say that the clocks went forward yesterday, well, this morning at 1 AM, so it means a longer day. So sunset's now at 7:30 instead of 6:30, which is amazing. Been looking forward to longer days for a while now. Anyway, I came out to go to the toilet and wanted to see the sunset, because it's like the first kind of clear evening that I've had on this walk, so I wanted to kind of make the most of it, catch some like nice sunset colours. And I'm absolutely freezing because I've come out here without my coat, and tonight's going to be -1, so it's pretty cold out, as you can imagine already. I'm shivering if the camera's shaking, so I'm going to go back in, listen to the live music, have a drink and enjoy the fire in the bar.
There's a lady romance. They always did the best they could. Take me home to the place.
Here's the pulley system again. I just think it's so cool. It goes all the way to the top. I've just dried a bunch of my stuff, my ground sheet, my tent, socks, clothes, you name it. It's brilliant, very toasty in here. It's absolutely freezing out there, so even though I'm gonna go straight to my pod, it's about a 2-minute walk, but it's gonna be so cold. I'm just gonna get ready for bed, take my makeup off. I've already brushed my teeth, got my things from the drying room as you saw. Give Cameron a call, and in the morning I've got to check out by 10:30. Last stretch of the Ullswater Way. So that's the plan. Good morning, guys. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at how sunny and warm. I mean, it's kind of warm. Well, on my phone it says it's 3 degrees at the minute. In the shade it does feel like that, but in the sun it's lovely. On the last few miles on this stretch into Pooley Bridge, I'll do the Q&A that I promised you guys. So I asked you guys if you go onto the channel page and under the community bit you'll see, so if you don't know what I'm talking about you'll see it in there, a post that I made saying like Q&A, ask me anything and I'll answer it in my next video. The first question is from Elvar. The most beautiful place you have hiked? And this is going to sound like a cop-out answer, but I'm going to give 4 answers. In no particular order. One being when me and my sister went to Grasmere in 2019 and we hiked through the most stunning mossy woodlands. I'd never seen anything like it. The moss was so dense, and it was June or July or August, so it was nice and sunny as well. And I don't think I've got any video footage of it, but I've got pictures and I'll add them in as I'm talking. I was speechless. I think about that place all the time. I need to go back to that specific place in Grasmere. I couldn't tell you where it is because I don't know the name of the actual specific hamlet in. It's like I'll put on a map now on the screen and I'll pinpoint where I think it is, but I've never been back since, so this is a guess. It's in that area. And again, in no particular order, Scotland. No, it's not like one specific place. If I have to choose one specific place on the West Highland Way, it would be, God, the most beautiful, I don't know, a tie between descending into Kinlochleven. I need to come to the side, there's a car coming. Descending into Kinlochleven because the mountains were so green and the waterfalls like absolutely sparkled in the sun. It looked magical. Like, you can hear me say that word loads, magical, like a fairy tale. Like, it was so lovely. And another part on the West Highland Way was when I was on the final stretch as well. I mean, walking alongside Loch Lomond in the first few days was incredible too, but particularly the last stretch, even though it was a drizzly day, it wasn't a sunny day, but just as I'm coming into Glen Nevis, again I'll put more footage on the screen, just as I'm coming into Glen Nevis, that's like, it was so domineering and breathtaking. I'm struggling to find the words at the minute, sorry. And another place being Mont Blanc, well, not Mont Blanc but Chamonix, near at the base of Mont Blanc, where me and Cameron went in October 2022 for our anniversary getaway. And even though I wouldn't say it's a hike necessarily, we did do some walking. Like, I'm going to put in some clips from the top of this mountain that I can't pronounce, even though that wasn't a hike, but I'm going to add it in there. I know this is a bit of a jumbled answer. I do apologise, the first one. And finally, and I think if people are watching who have watched my previous videos might know which one I'm going to say, because I speak about it all the time. On the Cumbria Way, on my second day on the Cumbria Way, I walked from Coniston into this like little valley just before I get into, I think it was Skelworth Bridge, and it's my favourite part on the Cumbria Way, and I've revisited it like 3 times. That was my favourite stretch on the Cumbria Way anyway, or one of, and yeah, like I said, I've revisited it, so it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever hiked. Again, the landscapes, the hills, beautiful, and it just felt so good to be there. I remember the first time I saw it and I actually wanted to cry. I visited it on sunny days, you know, the first time I was there on the Cumbria Way in April 2021, and I've been there again on more winter kind of days. I've been there during the summer, during the winter, during the spring, in most seasons and climates. So that's the answer to question 1. That was a really long answer. So So thank you to Elvar for that question. That was a pretty loaded answer. It was a good question. And the second question is from Del Grey. One backpacking item that I couldn't live without. And again, I don't need to overcomplicate these answers. It depends if it's an essential item or more of a luxury item. If it's an essential item, then I'd say my sleeping bag, because on a really sunny day or not a cold night, I think sleeping bags are more essential to any other part of your kit. But then there's the tent, but then there's some days where you don't need your tent on dry nights, so I'd say sleeping bag would offer more comfort and warmth. So that's the essential answer. And if we're talking about luxury items, I've got a two-parter. I'm so sorry. So I'd say either my power bank or my water filter. And I know some people are saying like, oh my god, water filter obviously is more important, but on some trips like the Gritstone Trail, I didn't have to use my filter at all because there were loads of points where, sorry, I'm stood here because I'm looking at my phone trying to figure out which way. So on the Gritstone Trail, there were loads of points where I didn't need to use my water filter because there were loads of points where I could fill my water up, cafes all along the way. So you could argue the same about power supply as well. You know, there are places to charge up my phone, but you'd have to, you know, to get a full charge on my phone and my GoPro, I'd have to be there for like a couple hours. So yeah, I'd say those two, and I can't choose between them because one's obviously more essential than the other. But yeah, so that's my answer to that one. Thank you, Del Grey, for that question. So the next question comes from iPad. I don't know if that's actually their name. iPad at iPad9970. It's a really good question actually. Any hiking YouTubers that you'd like to collaborate with on a video? And do you have a favourite YouTuber? Great content, by the way, thank you. Yes, so if I could choose to collaborate with any hiking YouTubers, would probably be Abby Barnes or Hayes, because I think those two, and that answers the second part of that question. Hiking YouTubers, they're my two favourites. They're the ones that I watch a lot of. So yeah, Abby Barnes and Hayes, because they've both got a different energy. I just think they'd be great to hike with, and they're very knowledgeable. I feel like they're a lot more knowledgeable than me. They've got a few more years on me because I'm 25 and I've been doing long distance hikes and wild camps since 2019, and I think they've been doing it a bit longer than that. You know, hiking in general I've been doing all my life, but in particular like long distance hikes and wild camping, yeah, I think that'd be an interesting one. Thank you for that, iPad. Next question is from Charlie Boy. Do you have any plans to make videos outside of the UK? Yes, I have made two. The Chamonix video, you know, at the base of Mont Blanc, I was talking about it in the previous question. Even though it's not like a long distance hike video, it's not the Tour de Mont Blanc, it's just travelling there and going to the mountains and all that stuff. So yes, technically. And the other one that I was on about, I actually did a wild camping trip in Greece on my own, and that was the month before lockdown, so February 2020. And I don't know if I would have uploaded it yet before this video comes out. I'll put on the screen if it's in progress or if it's not going to be uploaded if I can't find the footage, because that's the only issue, finding the footage. It's on my phone all jumbled up somewhere because that was before I got my GoPro and was filming on my phone. If that goes ahead, then yeah, that video, because it was a great trip, it was brilliant. Thank you, Charlie Boy. And the next question is a quick and simple, easy one from Thayer. I don't know how you pronounce that, I'm so sorry. Thaer. What's your favourite national park? The Lake District. I think that's pretty obvious, to be honest, like easy answer. I love loads of others, but the Lake District is my favourite. It's where I feel more at home, where I've been to the most, where I think about the most. Just a place that I love, so 100% the lakes. thank you, Thea, for that question, and I'm sorry if I can't pronounce the username properly. And the next one isn't a question but more of just a nice message and an acknowledgement, and it's from High Peak Cinematography. It says, enjoy your next hike, looking forward to seeing it, take care out there. So thank you for that. The last question, so we're on to the last question now. It's from Valentina Roldan, and it says, what is the strangest encounter you've had on a hike / wild camp? Greetings from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Strangest experience. I know the scariest experience, and that was my Calf Crag hike, and that would have already been uploaded onto this, and it was a terrifying wild camp on Calf Crag where the wind was just, oh, it was too much. It nearly collapsed my tent. But the strangest, I'd have to say, when I was camping in Greece, I had kind of a weird sleep paralysis, and a part of me doesn't know, it wasn't an actual sleep paralysis, but it was a weird dream, and I don't know if it was real or not. But where on my first night I woke up, or dreamt this, that a man with tanned skin had his face against the mesh of my tent, and it was terrifying. And I think that was a dream, because after that I don't remember anything, unless I just saw it and fell asleep, which I wouldn't have done. So it must have been a dream, but that was strange because I can't really explain that. He was just pushing his face against the mesh of my tent, like the outer, not the fly bit, but the inner, because I had that one side zipped open. That was weird, but I don't know how he would have got there, because it was like a kind of a steep decline at that bit, but I don't know. And he looked kind of like a farmer, so who knows, it could have been real. And I know that sounds very strange, but I'd say that was probably the strangest. I've not had many strange ones luckily like that. Thank you guys for all your questions. It just makes things a bit more interesting, and you can learn a bit more about me or whatever if you just like to know these things and see my insight to certain things. Yeah, thank you, and I hope you liked my answers. Sorry that some of them were like multiple answers. It's not very straightforward with like my way of thinking or anything like that, and sometimes I'm so indecisive and I can't just stick with one thing. So if you guys want to ask any other questions after I upload this video, I'll add another post in the community section. You might see it pop up on your home feed, or you might have to look for it, but it's on, like I said, it's on my YouTube page. I'll put some pictures on the screen and circle the place you can find it. It should be under the community section, and you'll see all my like posts there. I'll remember to do it when I do post this video, so it'll be there ready. So if you want to ask any questions in there, they can be related to hiking, personal, just questions for me, absolutely anything, as long as they're like, you know, appropriate and not nasty or anything like that. Yeah, ask away and I'll answer them, and I'll give your name a shout out like I've done in this video. So if you don't want me to do that, just say like, I don't want you to say my username. That's completely fine, and I won't do that, but you'll have to say that if you don't want me to. I look forward to seeing more questions from you guys in the future, and I'm excited to answer them. So happy right now. This is beautiful. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful last day. I mean, obviously it's like, oh, why couldn't it have been like this the whole time? But I'm just grateful. It's been an amazing journey. I've loved it. And even, you know, when my tent got wet in the morning and everything was wet and cold, still enjoyed it. It's all an experience really, isn't it? And I just thought I'd say, and you know, I hate saying it, but I love seeing you guys do it. if you can, please like, subscribe, share to your friends, anyone who you think would like it, enjoy these things, or feel some kind of peace, you know, live vicariously through the videos, because I've had a few people message me and comment really lovely things saying how, you know, they're not physically able to do journeys like these, so they really appreciate my videos showing the actual journey and the trail and the surroundings, because they've said it feels like they're there, and that makes me so happy. And that is exactly why I make these videos, because even though, you know, I do get chatty, but I'm still showing you guys the views, and I never show my face. I mean, I do sometimes, you know, I have done a couple times, but I'm not filming myself, filming my face while I'm talking, because I know myself, like a few other people who watch my videos, enjoy the actual scenery. You don't need to see my face the whole time. So, like, you know, missing all sorts of things like those birds flying about and the odd sheep and muddy puddle. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going on a bit now. I know I said I'm going on a bit now, but I just thought I'd continue a little bit on that point anyway. I've just thought to myself, yeah, I like to think that's what sets me apart from other like hiking YouTuber and YouTube channels. There's nothing wrong with showing your face as you talk, but I make these videos because I know what I want to see. It's all this, you know, all of this. I'll talk and I'll talk and I'll ramble on and I'll go on about all sorts of things like I am now and like I have done. But hopefully it feels like, you know, when you're watching it, you're kind of listening to a friend talk and listening to them going on. That's what I like to think anyway. But while you're doing that, while you're listening to me go on and on, you're also seeing the amazing views of the trail, and you're seeing the trail, and if you are thinking of doing this hike, then you get an idea of what it's like, and if it is for you or if it's not for you, or if you like a certain part, and you can be like, oh, I'll do this hike and I'll look out for this bit, like I'll look out for this field. Again, just wanted to quickly say I appreciate you guys, people who watch and comment and like, and my subscribers, and people who, if you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did, because it really helps me out. And I know they all say that, but it's true. But I can't believe how much my channel has kind of kicked off. It's not like massive, it's not got thousands of subscribers or anything like that. It's still quite modest. Currently on 704, which is amazing. I only started this last January, so thank you so much to everyone. And one of my videos, it's the West Highland Way full video movie, is currently on, and I can't believe it, sorry, I'm just checking now to get an accurate reading. 8,451 views. I couldn't have even dreamed of that. And I know some people get tens and hundreds of thousands of views and things, but for me, you know, I'm just kind of starting out, and I'm so grateful, I really am. I'm that grateful, I won't shut up about it. I am now though, so thank you again. This is pretty funny because I've nearly slipped and fallen on my ass a few times. I'm here looking at people's giant skid footprints and laughing, and it's like, well, I've probably left about 20 up there. I'm like going, whoa! Nature's very own slip and slide up there, if anyone's interested in a little mud bath. My god, the state of my shoes already. Oh, what's this sheep up to? What? Oh god, it's stuck. Oh no! Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry, I was gonna put the camera down and go help it. That was quite cute, to be honest. It kind of fell. Are you guys coming up to me? Oh my god, you guys stop. Hi! Oh, you're so gorgeous. I kind of want to pet you. Will you let me? No, okay. Sorry. I literally didn't even step towards them. I moved a bit. You run. Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you guys. You were just inquisitive. I get it. I'm getting so giddy. I keep laughing to myself. I don't even know what about. I'm just happy. Very happy. Looks like I'll be joining the lakeside of Ullswater for the last mile. Hello, what are you looking at? Wow, if I can get through this mud, that is. Oh my god. No way. There is no way. There's no way I can do it without getting mud in my shoes. Actually, I might cross over to this side because it looks a little less wet, but not by much. Oh my god. Yeah, if I just kind of hang on to that and swing myself around, I'll try that now. These sheep are just following me, but kind of, they keep stopping. There is no way. How am I gonna get across that? I'm gonna have to like walk all the way around and try and hold on to that fence. Oh my god. So we have to cross this bit, hop on there, and somehow get to the gate. Oh, this is funny. Look at the state of that, oh my god. I had to like hop on those rocks and sandbag and hold on to this gate. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've been sat down for like 5-10 minutes and I've just heard this little like lamb. You can't see it now, it's behind its mum, but that was so cute. Oh my, oh look, oh my god. Oh my god, I love them so much. Oh my god. That was a weird noise that they made. Oh, there's one feed in there. No way. So towards the very end of the trail, I arrived in Pooley Bridge really early in the day, and I thought, why not spend the day in Pooley Bridge until my train later in the evening. So I decided to catch the Ullswater Steamer, which is a steamboat from Pooley Bridge to Glenridding, and I got a return, so it'd take me back. And it was amazing to see the whole walk I'd done from the water, from the perspective of Ullswater. To finish the trail on the steamer is just something that I encourage everyone to do. Not only do you see where you've hiked for the past few days, it's such a nice closure to the trail, and yeah, I think everyone should do it. And I was totally in my element. I was so happy. With hours to spare until the train from Penrith, I decided to have a well-earned halloumi salad and a pint at the Pooley Bridge Inn after checking the bus times at the stop across the road. Basking in the golden sunlight while eating such delicious food in such a stunning place was the perfect way to end my Ullswater Way journey. But it didn't end there just yet. At the bus stop across the road, I waited a good 15 minutes before the bus was due to arrive to ensure that I didn't miss it, but it never arrived. I wasn't the only one waiting, and everyone else seemed just as confused as I was. I waited and waited, at least half an hour had passed since the bus was due, and I was worried that I'd missed my train that was due in another 30. So just as I was about to give up and call a taxi, if one would even get there in time, a man, a local, offered a lift to myself and the one remaining person waiting at the bus stop. I must have thanked him like 100 times. I made the train with 5 minutes to spare. Once I boarded, I had actually reserved a seat for the first time ever, and knowing that it was a window seat that I could enjoy the views from, I was excited to see them and to say goodbye to the Lake District. However, someone was in my seat and the train was pretty full, and as a person with quite an anxious disposition, I totally chickened out of asking him to move. I just couldn't do it. The only seat left, a windowless seat, and hear me out, I don't know if this was the stress of the bus from before, the roller coaster of emotions throughout this entire trail catching up to me, my sadness of leaving the trail and the Lake District, or the slither of window I had to catch one of the most beautiful and colourful sunsets that I'd seen setting over lakes. I could barely see any views, and I was hit with a wave of sudden sadness. I spent the journey back quietly sniffling in my seat, a melancholic mess of emotion, and I felt guilty. I felt like a brat. I'd just been on one of the most amazing adventures, and I was sad. Or mad at myself for being unable to speak up, to tell someone simply that they're in my seat. I missed my opportunity to say goodbye to the Lake District, and I only had myself to blame. I can't even explain why it meant this much to me, it just did. Sometimes you just can't help feeling that way and feeling these emotions, and even on the trail when you feel negative, it's not always positive. But this journey would actually be one of my favourite hikes, and it's at least in the top 3 with the West Highland Way and the Cumbria Way, just because of how everything that I saw, it really encapsulated the Lake District for what it is, and just a stunning, rugged, unpredictable place. And to be honest, that's why I love the Lake District so much, and that's why I loved this hike so much. Oh my god. That was slippery. I was just about to say, oh wow, look at these trees. I decided to just remember and go back on the journey and how I felt and how it made me feel at the time. So I'd be left with these really genuinely happy memories, and to be honest, I totally forgot about the whole bus and train ordeal. What I'm gonna do, put my water over there. Okay, I'll pick it back up, don't worry. Alright, jumping across, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Go! Right, did it. Oh my god! Oh my god. Look at the hills. Nice bit of blue sky. Oh my god, I didn't film it because I was just concentrating on not like sinking in a bog or slipping on my ass, but I've just been literally bog hopping. That was not a path, that was mud. That was just, oh my god. Anyway, look at this. Pretty cool. That's someone's house there, so let's see where it takes us. And I've done just over 2.5 miles, just under 3, so I'm not doing too bad. Hang on. I think this is the path that I need to take. Oh my god, are you joking? all that moss. Oh, I'm glad I got there. Oh my god, hello, bearded sheep. Oh, there's a spider on me. Just can't get better than this. Honestly can't. This is exactly my thing. Hello. Hi, you're such a pretty sheep. Look at you. What's your favourite national park? The Lake District. I think that's pretty obvious, to be honest, like, easy answer. I love loads of others, but the Lake District is my favourite. It's where I feel more at home, where I've been to the most, where I think about the most. Just a place that I love, so 100% the lakes. It's all this, you know? All of this. I'll talk and I'll talk and I'll ramble on and I'll go on about all sorts of things like I am now and like I have done. Feels like when you're watching it, you're kind of listening to a friend talk and listening to them going on. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I really hope that you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments your thoughts, your feelings. I'd appreciate it if you're not already subscribed to subscribe. I know it's annoying to hear it, it's annoying to say it. Talk to me, let me know your feelings and if there's any trails you'd love to see me do, and if you want to do this trail, if you have any questions, don't forget about that Q&A in the community section of my page. Ask me anything and I'll answer in a video. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.